Hi, my name is Karen Brownlee. I'm a personal trainer with the North Suburban YMCA, and I am here to take you through a series of strength training exercises using your body weight and some tubing. So you'll want a mat because we'll be doing some things on the floor, or you could lay out a towel, and you're going to want some tubing. Some of the exercises will be using tubing in your body weight. Some of the exercises will be using tubing secured to something. So if you've got a railing you can secure it to, or if you can secure it in a doorway, I've got mine on my weight bench. But you can secure it to anything that's very stable and won't allow that tubing to slip out because we don't want the tubing to hit you in your body. All right, so the first exercise we're going to do is going to be a double exercise where you're going to lunge and do a row at the same time. So you want to face your tubing, and then you're going to take one leg and put it behind you. With your torso tall and your shoulders down and your core secure, push your belly button to your spine. You're going to lunge down and pull back. I am going to do alternating lunges. However, you could also do this exercise with one leg in lunge position, do that over and over, and then switch when you feel like you're about halfway through. Good form for this exercise would be keeping that torso tall the whole time, having more weight on your front leg, and your back leg is supporting you, and then you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and pulling back as you row. Torso is tall the whole time. Squeeze and pull. Squeeze between your shoulder blades and then pull back with your arms. Feel this in your upper back, your biceps. You want to feel it in your core. You're using that to stabilize you and pull against your abdomen. So if you feel like you're halfway through, switch legs. Your torso is tall. Your shoulders stay down the whole time. Squeezing and pulling. Using your upper back, your arms, your abdomen, and of course your legs. Fatigue is what you want to get to. You'll hit fatigue by either getting too tired to do any more, or by getting too tired to do any more with good form. So if you find yourself starting to hunch your shoulders over, or feeling like it's hurting someplace that it shouldn't, then that would be fatigue as well, even if you may not be completely tired. I'm going to do one more. All right. So that is our first exercise done. The next exercise we're going to do is also going to be a twofer, and we're going to be doing a squat with a shoulder press. So you're going to stand on your tubing and spread your feet out about hip width apart. You're going to have that tubing come up between your arms and your body. We're going to back up a little bit because we're going to squat down and then come up and push our tubing up toward the ceiling. With my hands at the very top. But you can see them most of the time. So your chest is up the whole time. Your tush goes behind you as you bend those knees. So you're getting a squat with a little extra resistance, and then you're pushing up your arms, working those shoulders, big shoulder joint. Tush goes back, push up. If you feel like you're starting to get tired in your shoulders, but you can do some more one at a time, perhaps you could try that. Keep your neck out of it. Use your shoulders, your arms, your core, and obviously your legs. You do as many as you can with good form. Losing your form on this one would be perhaps feeling it in your low back, or not being able to push as far up as you were before. That wouldn't be bad form, it would just be hitting fatigue. I've got one more in me. You do as many as you can, and then you're going to join us for a biceps curl. So biceps curl is going to be a similar position. You may want to put your feet a little further out on your tubing, because the shoulder press over your head's a little harder than a bicep curl. We're going to get in a semi-squat position with a slight bend in your knees, your tush back. You're going to lock your arms at your sides, and you're going to curl up and down. If you're doing this and you feel like, gee, one side's a little looser than the other, then fix it. Make that side a little tighter, or vice versa. Fix the other one and make it a little looser. Elbows locked at your sides, chest up, shoulders down. What I don't want you to feel like you have to do is swing back or lean back. That is not safe, good form. Belly button tight, Shoulders down, curling up with your biceps. If you wanted, you could add a squat in with this one too, but you notice the squat doesn't get the resistance of the tubing. You can squat while coming up, and you might feel a little bit of that resistance. Or you can just do your bicep curls. I've got one more in me. You do as many as you can. And then we're going to put the tubing down and go back to your tubing that is locked onto something. So you might want to take your tubing from the floor if you don't have two pairs like I do. And we're going to do a lat pull. This one I like to do on my knees. So your palms are going to face the floor. You're going to secure your position with your core. You're going to keep your shoulders down. When kneeling, I like to squeeze my glutes to help keep me stable. Your palms will face down, and then you're going to pull the tubing behind you using your lat muscles and obviously your arm and your shoulder muscles. So join me when you're ready. You can do this one standing. I do it kneeling because my attachment is very low, so I can still get some of that pull down. You might be able to do it standing where you are. Shoulders are down. Pulling with your lats. These are the big muscles on your back that run down along your shoulder blades and attach way down low. Belly is tight. That's where you get your leverage from to pull back. If you're on your knees, squeeze those glutes. If you're standing, your tush is slightly back. Pull down using your back, using your arms. Try to keep your neck out of it. Get your abdomen engaged. That's what you're going to be using to get your leverage to pull back and down. One more for me. And you'd only do as many as you can. And we're going to move into some floor exercises. So we're going to start with a plank. A plank can be done from your knees. A plank can be done from your feet. You can do a plank on your elbows or your hands. I'll demonstrate all options real quickly while you're getting down. This would be a plank on your elbows to your knees. This would be a plank on your hands to your knees. This would be a plank on your hands to your feet. And this would be a plank from your elbows to your feet. So you're going to pick what's best for you. What we're going to think about while we do our plank is you're going to pull your shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. If you're going to go to your feet, tuck your toes under your heels. You're going to tighten your belly, buttocks, and thighs. And then you're going to push yourself up. I've got my timer set for a minute. Ready, get set, join me. Again, to your knees, to your feet, to your hands, or to your elbows. And again, you can be on your hands with your knees down too. You pick what's best for you. You can change it up. If a plank is easy for you, go from your elbows to your hands and back and forth. If a plank is challenging for you, try it for a bit, take a break, and then try it again. The most important thing is that you listen to your body, and then you try to keep your body straight like a plank of wood. Pull your shoulders away from your ears, squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your belly button to your spine, squeeze your glutes, and tighten your thighs. Shoulders are down, belly, buttocks, thighs are tight. As you plank, you want to look straight down at your hands so that your cervical spine is neutral, just like the rest of your spine. All right, we are done with the regular plank. We're going to now move to the side plank. So you're going to lie on your side, and again, you have options. You could do an elbow plank to your knees. You could do an elbow plank to your feet. You could do a side arm full plank to your knees or to your feet. You pick what's going to be best for you. You could also do your plank stationary, meaning you'll stay on one side, or you could rotate and go from one side to the other. You pick what's going to be best for you. I think I'll do an elbow plank to my feet, just as a demonstration. You pick what's going to be most challenging for you to help you get stronger. So you're going to stack your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles. Tighten your belly, buttocks, and thighs. We're going to do this for a minute. Take breaks when you need them. Ready, get set, go. So this is the side plank to the elbow. If you find this to be easy, you could add leg lifts. If you find it to be challenging, You can take breaks and come back up. This is your workout for your body. Push your chest up the whole time. Pull your shoulders down the whole time. Keep that abdomen secure, glutes tight, thighs tight. And breathe. You are strong. You are capable. A lot of my clients and students have been telling me that when they work out at home, they get much hotter. I'm hot. Than they do when they're at the Y. I think we tend to keep our homes a little warmer. Belly, buttocks, thighs tight. Plus you're usually in a smaller space with not as much airflow. Less than 10 seconds. Take breaks when you need them. And we are done. All right, other side. Flip it on over. You can turn away from me if you want. I'm going to turn and face you so that I can still see you. Haha, don't I wish. Okay, stack your shoulders, hips, knees, and ankles on this side. Try to do the same type of thing you did on the other side. If you're on your elbow before, try it on your elbow here. You challenge you. If you're on your hand, try it on your hand. Take breaks as you need them. Belly, buttocks, thighs tight, ready, get set. Push yourself up off of that mat. Whatever you want to do with your other arm is fine with me. Some people like to use it as a kickstand. If you do use it as a kickstand, try to not round forward. Try to keep your chest up, your shoulders pulled down the whole time. Remember, you could do a leg raise. If you want more challenge, you could lower down and take breaks when you need them. What you must do is listen to your body. Sometimes we're stronger on one side than the other. That's okay. You may have a shoulder issue on one side. You can't hold it for as long on that side. That's okay. Listen to your body. Take a break. Come back up again. Belly tight, buttocks tight, thighs tight. Push your chest up. Pull your shoulders down. And breathe. We have less than 15 seconds to go. You are strong. You are capable. This belly tight, glutes tight, thighs tight. Push up, and we are done. All right. We have one more plank left. That's the rear plank. So, the rear plank, you're going to be on your hands or on your elbows. And you're going to push your hips up off the mat. For women, elbows is harder because our center of gravity is here, not up here like a man's center of gravity is. So we may have a harder time being on our elbows because it's a shorter lever. You could also be on your hands. You can have your hands face whatever direction works for you. I'll do this one from my hands. We're going to push our chest up, pull our shoulders down, squeeze our shoulder blades together. Then we're going to tighten our belly, buttocks, and thighs, and you're going to push your hips off that mat. Ready? Get set. Go. Push those hips up off that mat. Tighten your belly, tighten your glutes, tighten your thighs. Your neck is relaxed, and you're breathing. So the plank, the regular plank, works the front side of your body more than the back. The rear plank works the back side of your body more than the front. You're pushing up with your glutes, hamstrings. You're securing with your low back. You might feel this mostly in your arms, especially if you don't do this exercise regularly. This can be a very hard exercise on your arms. They may get a little shaky. That's okay. Remember, you can always take a break and come back up. Breathe. Squeeze your glutes, abdomen and thighs. Push your hips as high as you can. And breathe. Think about your chest as being up, your shoulders as being down, away from your ears. Try to relax your neck. Abdomen is tight, thighs are tight, glutes are tight. And we are done. Good work. All right. The next one that we're going to do is an abdominal exercise without movement. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to hang out here and you're going to lift your arms up if you can. Basically a V-sit, although we're going to have our legs down for this exercise. If you find that to be a little too challenging, put your hands down and pick one arm up and then the other arm up. What we're trying to do is strengthen our abdomen with a neutral core. Okay, ready? Get set, go. So you're just going to hang here. Lean back as far as you can so you feel these muscles engage. You don't strain your low back or your hip flexors. If you are strong enough to lift your legs up into a V-sit, by all means do. I'm going to hang here. Got a little issue going on where I can't do that as easily today, so I'm not going to. It's important that you listen to your body. This is what we're working. Keep your chest up, your shoulders down. If you start to round like this, it means you're getting tired. Take a break and then join us again when you can. Your body, your workout. We're shooting for a minute. It doesn't mean you have to hold it for the whole minute. You might feel it in your thighs, in your hip flexors. If you get too sore in here, stop and take a break. If your back gets tired, stop and take a break. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Isometric contraction in your rectus abdominis, your transverse are engaged. Give a little tiny twist to get your obliques a little bit more engaged. Challenge you, and we are done. All right. The next exercise that we're going to do on the ground is a one-leg bridge. So you're going to lie down. You're going to put your head flat, tuck your chin in, pull your shoulders down, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Put your feet hip-width apart, about a foot from your buttocks. Take one ankle, put it on the other thigh, and we're going to push up and down. Make sure your abs are tight and your glutes are tight, and join me when you're ready, pushing those hips up and down. Sometimes I like to put my thumb on my rib and my fingers on my hips so that I can feel if as I go up, my hip is dropping down, I want to try to keep it up. I sort of use them as a level. The leg that's up, that side usually wants to drop down. So you want to squeeze both glutes as you get towards the top to keep your hips level as you go up and down. Chin tucked in, your shoulders down away from your ears. Squeeze those shoulder blades together again. And go up and down at a pace that works for you. If you need to rest at the bottom, by all means rest at the bottom. If you don't, don't. Squeeze through the glutes. Keep your abdomen tight. Keep your neck from engaging. Keep your face out of it. We're just going up and down. Your arms can be wherever you like. And we are done. Let's switch sides. So put your foot down in line with your hip. Take your other ankle. Put it up on the thigh. Pull your shoulders down. Pull your shoulder blades together. And join me when you're ready. Make sure your abdomen is tight. Make sure your glutes are tight. Make sure your neck is not helping and your face is not helping. Make sure that chin is tucked in. Hips are going up and down. Trying to keep those hips level. Pushing through your glute of the leg that is secured to the floor, but also squeezing the other glute as you go up and down to try to keep those hips level as best you can. Up and down. You might feel this in your hamstring some. You'll feel it in your glute, in your abs. Up and down. 15 seconds and we're done. Try to keep those hips level. Squeeze both glutes, especially as you get to the top. Test it with your hands on your thumbs on your ribs and your fingers on your hips. And we are done. All right, we're going to stand up and do a few more exercises with our tubing. So, join me. We're going to be doing a chest press. Is that what's next? Yes, the chest press. So, you're going to use your tubing secured to your apparatus. Again, it can be a doorway. It can be a railing. You're going to have your tubing between your body and your arm. Both hands are engaged in the tubing. Your core is tight. This is the opposite of the row. We're now going to do a push. And in fact, if you wanted, you could even do a chest press with a lunge. Shoulders are down. We're using our chest now. This time I'm going to do a few on one leg and then a few on the other leg. When I did the row, I was alternating. Then I'm going to back into something over there if I try to alternate. So I'll do a few on this side. Now I'm going to switch. Put the other leg back, torso tall. As you go down, you push out. You're using your chest, keeping your shoulders down, keeping your belly tight. Interestingly, you're going to use your abdomen as leverage for the push, just like you did for the pull. Shoulders stay down. Core stays engaged. Push. Knee stays behind the toe of the front leg. One more for me. All right, come on up. The next exercise is a reverse fly. So these use smaller muscles. So I'm going to be a little closer to my stable point. Still facing the stable point for this one like we did with the row, but what we're going to do now is open and do a reverse fly. So I'll demonstrate so you can see me here. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together behind you, keeping your shoulders down the whole time, leading with your elbows. Abdomen is tight. And you're opening up those arms. Opening up those arms, squeezing with your upper back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. This part of your body won't be as strong as the muscles you use for the row because we're not reaching down our lats. Rhomboids, rear deltoids, part of your trapezius are working, part of your lats are working. But you want to keep those shoulders down the whole time, just opening like a bird flying. Slight bend in your knees, your tush is back. You could be doing this one on your knees. Whatever works for you. Belly is tight. All right. You could also do this next one on your knees, or you could do it standing. I'll demonstrate first on your knees. What you're going to do now is a tricep extension. So kind of like when we did the biceps where we had our arm locked at our side. Now we're going to do triceps with our arm locked at our side. So I'll stay on my knees for now. You can be kneeling or standing. Belly is tight. Glutes are tight if you're on your knees. If you're standing, your tush is slightly back. Elbows are locked at your sides. We're going to push down now. Push down. So you don't need to bring that tubing very high. Just parallel to the floor. Palms face the floor, and then behind you, using the back of your arms or your triceps. Belly is tight. Glutes are engaged if you're kneeling. And if you're standing, tush is slightly back. Using your upper arms on the back side of your arms, push that tubing straight. Push slightly back, soft knees, belly tight. Neck does not help. If your neck starts to help, it means your triceps are getting fatigued, then you should be done. Sometimes fatigue means those muscles are tired. Sometimes fatigue is when something else tries to help. I've got 2 more in me. You just do as many as you can. All right, and I am done. Next on the agenda is a front shoulder raise. So that's one that we're going to do with our tubing that's on the floor. And I like to have my tubing pretty loose for this one. So I'm going to start with my feet close together. And then I'm going to spread them out so I have more length in the arm part than between the feet. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Slight bend in those knees. Tush is slightly back. I'll demonstrate this one from the side first. You're going to bring those arms up to just below shoulder height. We're using the muscles on the front of your shoulder as you go up and down. Belly is tight, chest is up, shoulders are down the whole time. Right now I only have very sturdy tubing, so this one is not so easy for me. I'm going to give myself a little more leeway for my arms. You're raising up and down. Go up slowly and go down slowly. You're resisting the tubing as you go down. It wants to pull you down quickly. Don't let it. Belly tight. I think I've got 1 more in me. You do as many as you can. And we're going to go back to our tubing that's hooked up to an apparatus. So if you've got 1 tube, wing it through your apparatus again. And we're going to do a rear delt squeeze. So you're going to be facing your apparatus. Palms are going to face forward. You're going to be relatively close because these are small muscles. And you're basically, I'll demonstrate from the back, you're just going to squeeze your shoulder blades together and externally rotate at your shoulder. So if you watch my hand, I'm starting out facing forward, and then I want to turn my thumbs slightly behind me. So now you'll be able to see it in my right hand as I turn my thumbs slightly behind me. Belly is tight, tush is slightly back. Your arms stay straight. Bring those arms in front of you, and then you bring them back, slightly turning your thumbs back as you squeeze back. Using your rhomboids again. You're opening up that shoulder. Use the muscles on the back of your shoulder. Your belly is tight. Your chest is up. Your shoulders are down. Again, these are not big muscles. but they help you to open up your chest, and we spend so much of our lives in protraction where we're leaning forward over a computer, or while we're eating, or watching television, or looking at our phones, or driving our cars. So keep that torso tall, shoulder blades squeezed together behind you. One more for me, and we are done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you got a decent workout using your tubing and your body weight. I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.